Welcome to Babylon Projecting, which is my puny attempt to actually do something worthwhile, considering with the unfortunate news that Great Lord D has succumbed to an illness and is unable to join us this evening, rather surprisingly. So instead of having a two-player adventure, we are going to have two people talking about their experiences in the field of role-playing and favorite memories, and also opening up the questions for ladies and gentlemen in the audience. Thank you for reminding me that, Frog Scanner.
What's that thing?
Though, is Frog Scanner a he or a she or an it?
It's probably a net.
A
net, what?
Eh? A what? Oh. Frog Scanner is a what? That's a good thing. Carlos has an echo. That's because I am not wearing earbuds again, so that means I gotta tune down a bit on the Carlos end so it doesn't pick up as easily, or tune myself down so I can yell.
Well, let's test this out. Here we go.
Sound check, people. I probably need to get my hair trimmed apparently, on face and off face. Also, apparently, Discord isn't as fluid with the downloads or the service quality as Zoom, and because both our Zoom holders are off, we'll have to make do with what we have. Right.
Raise your right hand, Wooster. Swear along.
Your right hand is off camera.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, we are mirrored apparently.
One of us is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it seems
it happens.
My left hand apparently. So it's me who's mirrored. I wonder if that's an option in the oh. Why am I showing you this? Bye. It started showing up the menu screen, so I'm gonna leave that. And we'll get back to it later.
Well, let's make sure that the audio is fine and that there's no echo. And hello, Froggy. How you doing? How's your week been?
Yeah, gotta open up. Yes, I am in the mirror world, and it's a little bit of an echo problem, so we'll just turn down the volume. Yes. So, Carlos, last 2 weeks, how have you been doing?
I've been doing good. Life's been good. Been getting all my medical stuff taken care of. Apparently I have some lazy left eye, and there's something weird in here, like some little black evilness. I don't know. Other than that, everything's been going great.
Yeah, don't blame me about that.
I finally got my eyes checked for the first time in my life. Okay. Like, I'm getting older. I'm starting to see a tiny bit blurry. Apparently there's something growing inside of here.
On that note, I actually have a time reserved for an eye surgeon on next Wednesday.
I've been blessed with not having to need glasses until now, so we'll see.
Lucky bastard. I'm my visit is actually pertaining to that. I am hoping that they will figure out a treatment that will allow me to do this. But
it's called laser surgery.
Yep, yes it is.
They take a laser.
Hopefully I get
they go pew 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 pew.
The best case scenario is that I will get laser eyes, which is the more fantastic option.
Oh my goodness, that is the best. Laser eyes.
Laser beam eyes.
Will you be able to control them though, or you have to wear the shades constantly so that you don't accidentally shoot everybody?
No, perhaps it is both, or either. Well, in any case.
You should ask the doctor about that.
Yes, I will have to. maybe boost your own volume a little. Ah, well, I suppose I'll need to boost my own volume by speaking louder. Right.
Oh, so I bought this new like last week. I bought this new sweater. The only problem was like it had a lot of like static electricity, so everywhere I'd go, I'd start getting shocked and shocked and shocked.
How
So
shocking.
yeah. Well, the store let me return it, and they gave me a brand new one, free of charge.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So, anyways, so the plan was to talk about role-playing experiences, and since you are the most senior of our role-playing circle, perhaps you could tell us your favorite experience in your time. No, obviously not counting the Babylon project.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, my favorite experience. I think I was DMing recently, maybe about a year and a half ago, and I was running Curse of Strahd is when I just starting out with my group of friends, and I do this thing where I put in a bunch of creepy music, lower the lights, put on the air conditioner. Anyways, I was just doing a whole bunch of, hey, let's take some movie horror tropes, and I decided to do their investigating some house or whatever, and I decided to do the house from Evil Dead 2, and that was fun. They're like, oh, what happens if we open the door? I'm like, well, you see an abandoned, scary room, baby carriage, and one dude's like, oh, it better not be a vampire baby, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely going to be a vampire baby now. And that was extremely fun because I had my role players for reals like just freaked out and scared, and it was cool. I don't think I explained it very well, but that was my favorite experience. How about you?
What about me? What is my favorite experience outside of Babylon project? You aren't having a hard bargain. There's a lot of examples of a good game. As far as favorites go, I'll have to harken back to the 90s. There was a very famous TV show, but it had nothing to do with the plot. I actually don't recall a lot about it, but it was one of the first games we ever played, and we used some sort of mismatch house rules based on some version of the early Dungeons and Dragons, either 1 or the advanced version, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not entirely sure. What I do vividly recall our game master being an excellent creator of worlds, and we used to play. This was like this was the mid-90s, mid to late 90s in Lapland of Finland, which is the most sparsely populated area you can find in all of Europe. Yes, all of Europe, including Russia. And we went, and it was this place in. It was not inside the actual house, but one of those storage huts, and we went to the upstairs of it. It was just like this triangular spaces where we huddled around in the corners, and in the middle we had all the maps and things, and we were in less than good lighting, but the mood, the atmosphere was amazing, and the eagerness of the young adventurers was just palpable. You had the 4 hit points, and you had one spell, and you rolled a hit with that one spell, and yeah, you missed. Yeah. Oh great! Now you have to go with a dagger. And obviously you crit with a dagger, and you do more damage than the spell could have ever done, and kill the last monster while you have 1 hit point left, and but. Or in the other occasions, you actually died, and the game master was like, suddenly a fairy appears. And that's something I can never go back to. It's gone in history and it can never be remade.
There we go. Better.
Now I
like
can actually
that.
hear you.
Yeah. Well, no, I muted myself because I didn't want to interrupt what you were saying.
Right. What is your
What's your favorite?
Okay.
How about as a player? For you, you barely get to play, right?
Well, actually, I'm currently engaged in a rather exciting kingdom building game. We play once or twice a week whenever players are available, and we gather just over there behind that door, and we play. It's nice change of pace to actually be in a position of being a player and having Mr. Race in front of me. But aside of that, for the longest while I was the forever GM, but now I managed to grow out of it. Instead, I'm focusing only on your game.
Apparently, they're saying that volume is really low for you still.
Still, bloody hell.
Yeah. No, we're reading it. We're definitely reading the chat. It's just we weren't sure how old that message was.
Rightio. Okay, is it old? Sorry, is it still too low? There's like a 3-second lag or something between what I say and what can be heard. So we're gonna see.
This is me talking normally. I don't expect myself to be yelling any louder than this or
Just
whispering.
move this
I'm just gonna
microphone a bit
19.
closer. The other
Hey,
option is-
that's pretty good.
Okay. So, right. Aside of that, yeah. We should probably talk about what is your favorite die.
My favorite die. Oh boy.
I have
I
to say,
suppose the D20.
Mine is D12 actually.
Really?
Yes, I don't know why, but it feels different than all the other dies, including D4, which is like the Caltech version, and it's totally not a die, but it's still a die. But D12 just has a soccer ball roundness to it, but still it functions perfectly. And unlike D20 that rolls just forever, D12 eventually stops.
I like besides the D20s, I like the D8s because I think when I first started playing, I used a lot of D8s, and then I color matched them, and it was the whole thing, and I was like, oh, my character probably throws 2 or 3 of them. Let me go buy some extras. And then I was like, I'm all about matchy. Like even my vape stuff, like here, you notice this and the cap matches, so I have to have matching die, and I went special to go buy an extra 2 D8s that matched the die set. Speaking of which, let me show you something interesting that I do when I DM. I do something interesting with my. You know how a lot of players play behind the screen and stuff like that? I do not. I play it freely with nothing in front of me, and this is what I use for rolling. See, all you gotta do is just shake it, and you can't see it, but I can still see it.
That's pretty handy. I need to copy
And
that.
I have, and then I have just a regular one for like, okay, this one I do want everybody to see.
That is actually pretty cunning. I have to copy you.
But yeah, I usually don't. I do full on just like you, full on improvise with no notes in front of you, make up names on the spot, or you have stuff memorized. And I like that style about you, that you're not sitting behind something like reading a bunch of notes and you're like, okay, well, you're you're like on the fly improvisation. That's what I do too.
Oh, great mind and all that. Well, Well, let's talk about something that the audience is much more familiar with. Let's talk about the campaign we've been playing so far.
Hang on one second. Let me read a little bit of the notes here. I got my new lucky die last weekend, says Froggy. All right.
No
Where's
numbers,
the rest
no
of the
nothing.
gang?
The rest of the gang. Zimmy is on a honeymoon sort of thingy with the missus. And
Sorry, wrong finger. It's the ring finger. Ring finger.
yes. We're not even
It's putting
saying
on a ring.
anything naughty, and yet you're getting us banned from Twitch. God damn it. Like Fox kinda says, Zim is on vacation and John is sick and unable to talk, so I said, like, go and rest. No point in even trying. We'll do something, keep you guys entertained and that you know we have not forgotten you, we are just busy with life and things. We knew that Zim was off, so we planned on two-player game. But I do suppose it would be an excellent time to start recruiting a new player. What do you think?
All the cue cards use text to speech. Nice. My character would like to move forward and open the door. Door.
Oh my.
Yeah, that'll work out really well.
That would be rather intriguing. Now, well, yep. So, as I was asking, where do you think the game is going?
You asking me or the audience? Let's ask the audience. Where do I think the game is going? I think the game is. I think it's going towards at some point. I mean, soonish, impact into the Shadow War. Leading up to it. I'm excited to see what happens. We're throwing out hints and hits on it. We're doing a lot of the setup. Like, okay, here's this piece here. Keep an eye on it because it'll be important later. Hey, look at that. Here's another piece here. Keep an eye on it. It's gonna be important later. And pretty soon, all those like balls are gonna start dropping and being placed. They're gonna have good payoffs. I've seen a lot of the setup that you're doing, and I can foretell that the payoffs are going to be pretty badass. Now, who knows? I mean, you've thrown out a lot of setups, and they may never come to pass. They may come to pass, but a lot of them are shadow-centric, and I like it. That's my thoughts, anyways.
And Foxgunner is asking, what do you think is Malone's psionic level?
I know. I think I know.
Oh,
but
does she mean
I don't know.
what would Psycho rate him as?
Oh, I see. That's a good question. Probably like what's Talia at? She's like at an 8.
I think Talia was like P5 or P4.
She was a 5?
She was pretty low on the scale, I believe.
Really? Oh, then I gotta be even lower than that. I mean, I gotta be like half of her. Maybe even a P2, P1 even.
Let's actually check this, because there's such a thing as a wiki nowadays. Back in the old days, you would have to...
Blinky says I'm a PU. Oh, fucking Blinky. That's awesome.
Yeah, Psy rating is P5 originally, and later on it suggested that she got somewhere between P14 and P30.
Holy moly.
Yeah, P5.
I haven't seen those. I'm still on season 3.
Well,
I should probably catch up. I'm just trying to do that balance between like catching up too far and not, you know.
Okay, not being left behind. Well,
Right.
At least it's more than what Whimsy did. Whimsy was just purely entertained by the sheer us playing the game instead of watching the series, which is interesting take on it. And he did well.
Yeah.
Well, he stayed. I already miss his charm. The game is not the same without him. Wow.
He's like the wild card. So everybody always needs that wild card, like, oh, we don't know what's gonna happen. He could do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's that instance of randomness that moves the story forward. Like, yeah, just a wild card. Every crew needs a wild card, and we're missing that now.
Yeah, wonder where we find one. We need to replace him. Oh, have somebody fill in for him while he's away. So, next question then.
Wait, are you gonna give us a hint on where you think might? No, you can't hint at where might be levels.
Should I or should I not?
Let's see, here's interesting. Sometimes I like to be surprised, but sometimes I like to help set up stuff in the future. I think for this, because the audience doesn't know, I shouldn't know exactly either. And we should find out together as the story progresses. That's my thoughts.
What about you, audience? What do you think? Should we let him know what is his character's psi rating? Or should we let him find out on his own during his journey? But while we wait for the audience to answer, let's move on to another subject. Someone asked whether or not what's the situation with Dresden Files. Carlos is not part of that. The progress is that we will be starting the game in about 15 days. If my math is incorrect, it's on the 18th and now it's the 3rd, so yeah, 15 days, which would be 2 weeks plus a day. So not next week Sunday, but the Sunday after that. And as far as the character art, I've seen sketches of their characters. I'm hoping to get a scan of them soon, unless the artist just took my money and ran, which is also an option. We won't know until the finalized product gets here. But I was quite pleased with what the artists had made so far.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, they were a lot better than I would have. So I'm pleased to pay. Now I'm just waiting for artists to be able to make more. Next issue on hand is the hell is that? Right. My question then, Malone. Oh, Carlos. Where do you think the Jacaranda crew is going to try and head next?
I think Verini. I think Landis has a real hard-on for Verini, and he really wants to resolve that. It's also where I think that's what we're going next. I would like to stay on Earth. I mean, he's on Earth right now, right?
Mm-hmm. For now.
What area did you say? If I recall correctly, the Russian Federation.
Da. A secluded part in Siberia.
Siberia is still all forest and snow and death.
Yeah. What else would there be in Siberia?
The gulags. Nobody's
Nobody's supposed to know about the gulags.
Everybody knows about the gulag. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna go next, is Verini. Going after that dude. Which is, interesting. I still want to get some, Elias Gray. I still haven't forgotten him. It's just too much stuff has been going on. But now that we're here and we're working with IPX again, that's my next moves. Morden will take care of Verini. I don't know. I think Landis is impatient. I think as soon as you mentioned Verena, his eyes, he's got a real, I don't know. He really hates that dude.
So, what is the business you would like to see next?
Me? I'm always for going back to Babylon 5. There's a lot of adventure there. There's a lot of stuff interactions that are good there. Although I think we might still be Persona. No, we're not Persona non grata. We made up for the stuff we did. But I would like to find out more what the heck happened in Mars and find Elias Gray and get some more answers. But I'm patient. Shit'll come when it comes. Does William Shatner ever reply to Eddie Malone's emails? That's a good question. William Shatner, Malone, does, although it's more like the a couple of those FaceTime emails is like, hey, happy birthday. I'll write out like all this big old list of things, and he'll be like, oh, thanks, and that's it. Small little snippets. You know how teenagers are. You know, you could send them like a 300 worded letter and they'll read the top thing and they're like, I don't got time for this shit. I'm playing my Game Boy, and then just reply, lol, thanks, TY. That's what William Shatner's like. He's one of those annoying teenagers that are texting constantly.
Yep, that definitely sounds like a little Shatner to me. Well, so, no, what else is
what are your thoughts on the Dresden Files so far?
I am curious on what's going to happen. As far as the latest news is, the game is going to be set in 1923 or 24, somewhere there. So it's going to be an intriguing time period, the interwar period. Well, then again, nobody's predicting that in 15 years the whole world will erupt in flames again. Everybody's just high on the we won those pesky Germans.
Yeah, humanity will find a way to fuck it up like they always do. Just wait a generation and a new bad guy will come along.
Yeah. I do believe, in this in 20s, Hitler was already gaining popularity and making noise back in Munich, I believe. So we'll see how that ends up. I mean, does Hitler play into our game at all, or will we steer clear from the whole Nazi shebang, instead focusing on what I presume to be our starting location, Africa? Because, come on, there's so much things in Africa that usually get unexplored. Obviously, I'm going to be the white savior type.
Oh no.
Obviously, well, I am, after all, playing the British and a nobleman to the T.
So, actually, you know what? I really like that.
You do? Why so?
I think that's playing not a classical type. Like, okay, I know that's your flaw. You're intentionally putting the flaw straight up there. I think that's awesome, and it's period appropriate. The snooty attitude that both, like, everybody has. You're not the heel. It wouldn't be the heel, but I like those, like, annoying characters that, like, oh, that dude's too snooty, but if played right, it's super cool because you get to get shit on, or you get to say stuff that's naughty that the audience is like, oh, I would never say that in real life. I'm too polite for that. But as that dude, that's just like commonplace normal. I
Yes,
kind of like those characters.
I get to play the mix of Lanon and Virini at the same time. Hopefully it will do me good to get to play the snooty type that is not bound to be good or evil, just me.
Can you do the British accent?
Well, oh god, yeah, I do suppose I can. But it has been quite a while since I practiced it. Perhaps. Yes.
I've been practicing for a while too. I think that the big takeaways that I got from it is always say your A's as ah.
Oh.
Yeah, water, bod.
No, it's water. Dear, water.
Hit your T's. Well, it depends on which version you're going for.
Water is quite
The
important.
snooty, the T's have to be really hard T's, and the D's have to be softer, and the R's are very, very soft. So I always practice with water. And I had a
Yes.
theory that William was already, and Malone. I don't know, like
Yes,
weird A's.
I do believe my British accent sounds a lot like my regular speech because I have been cultivating the air of enlightenment and sophistication around me.
There you go.
Alas, I am playing nothing but myself in this game. Well, perhaps a bit more not indolent. Is it indolent when you're being sarcastic? No, that's. I do believe that's insulting gods or something like that. Impudent? No.
Indulgence. No, that's
No,
eating too much of
that's
something.
also, that's more on the enjoyment side, but I do suppose that too. I probably would be exactly like that if I had the money to pull it off. But alas, I don't, so I had to bow down and beg for it from my employer.
All right. Well, next thing. What do we got?
Yes, indeed. Yes, I do suppose we do have a spot for a player in our campaign on Babylon 5. Oh, well, the Babylon Project, I mean. But the question is, where shall we look for a player? Should we ask the Babylon circles? Should we try posting some Facebook groups? Or poke around in the traveler chats? Something. Don't know if you have any in our own group of people who might be wanting to join the game.
My regular group right now, they're in the Philippines.
Yeah, well, good luck for them.
My local group, they went to the Philippines this month for work purposes. Yeah.
How rude.
No big thing. I went to Mexico. They go to the Philippines. They're training their replacements for. I don't know. They work at some mucky muck place, phone support, and they're gonna train the peoples there. Because my theory is they're cheaper and than our tech support, and they're gonna take over. And so they're being trained. They're training the people that are gonna replace them, and they don't know it. That's just how I see it.
It's likely. Why pay more when you can pay less?
It's the American way.
I have some manner of job security as, yes, you can train a monkey to do my job, but it's a lot harder to train the monkey to speak Finnish.
I'm laughing at Froggy's answer. Oh, well, you'll need someone who's charismatic, comfortable in front of a camera, cool, handsome. Before you ask, I'm neither.
Well, I just suppose we need to start asking around. Perhaps there would be a player somewhere out there looking for an opportunity to join the Babylon 5 adventure. Somewhere out there in the wilderness.
Somewhere out there.
Somewhere out there. No, I need to find a song I actually know the lyrics to.
Well, we could go two ways with that. We could go with American Tale with Fievel, or we could go with Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz to complete that.
Let me see. Somewhere out there, beneath the pale moonlight. Nah, I don't know the song well.
The
enough
melody
to
for it?
actually
Oh,
go
it's a good one.
Hmm?
Damn, I remember watching that. What was that? Gosh, 30 years ago now? 25 years ago, that movie?
Yeah, something along those lines. It's an ancient movie.
It's a classic, though. That movie, for real, is super good.
Yes. The second one, though, is cheap knockoff.
Yeah, that's the problem with sequels.
Some sequels are better than the first ones, but I have a hard time figuring out what. Mad Max 2 is better than Mad Max 1.
Even The Empire Strikes Back is better than A New Hope.
Yeah, but that's episode 5. That doesn't count.
Well, yes, it does count. Because it is the truest sequel in a sense.
But then again, New Hope is better than 1, 2, and 3, so eh.
It depends on who you ask. I'm of the people that the originals, the 70s, 70s and 80s movies are better than the 2000 movies.
Yeah.
I do not like episodes 1, 2, and 3 as much as I like the older ones.
Have you seen the new MacGyver?
No.
Don't. I honestly wanted to like it, but it's a teen drama with, hey, I'm MacGyver. The MacGyver feels hollow, empty, and they use way too much guns in it. He has this
that's
friend
a bummer.
He has a friend, like this close group of friends that follows him everywhere, instead of having like the one guy in the office and the random chick of episode. But no, instead he has these 3 friends that are constantly following, and one of them is a gun nut.
That's the thing. MacGyver hated guns.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, why do you use guns? You're supposed to.
You know what?
hate
And
guns.
that's fine. Listen, if you gotta change it up for the times, that's fine. And I get that it can't be the same MacGyver, and I'm not gonna be one of those people like, oh, MacGyver would never be friends with that dude. Like, dude, I don't know MacGyver, and this is a new iteration of him, but still, I'm upset about that.
Yeah.
Also, Frog Scanner Foxy, she's older. She used to have the zoomies a lot more. Doesn't as much.
She's getting
Mostly
old.
now she just likes bugging for food. She's like 13 years old.
Okay.
But she's not one of those like ice. She doesn't stay in one spot. She's constantly like going from place to place to place, exploring. I keep her well fit.
Our cat is also 10 years about. I do believe we picked him up at 2010, and we believe he was like 1 year old. So now it's 2019 and it's beyond summer, so my guess is 10 years old. Nobody knows for sure how old he is because nobody knew what age he was when he was adopted, so.
Yeah, you have a boy cat, I have a girl cat. We should get them together and see magic sparks fly. Actually, probably more like claws fly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Ours is actually pretty wary around other cats, so.
Oh yeah?
So, humans, less so, but other cats.
My Foxy, she does not like other people. She's very overprotective, and if you try to pet her, she's like, "Oh no, I don't know you, stranger danger, claws."
Oh.
But if it's me and my roommate and a couple of select friends, she's all lovey-dovey.
Oh, sounds fun. Most of the time. Okay.
And I did not declaw her. She's got all her claws on her.
We have not declawed our cat either. All the claws are there. It's actually illegal to declaw a cat in this country.
Is that right? I think they just made that illegal somewhere here. I think New York or somewhere.
I'm not that well versed in American law, but over here, declawing a cat is a punishable offense.
A punchable offense.
Punchable offense,
Oh, I heard.
yes. Yes, there's usually like a line of 1,000 cat lovers waiting for a punch, so they may just want to go with the fine instead. Anyway, yeah, Foxcannon is going with the punchable. My camera is really finicky. The USB seeding is not working well, so I'm gonna try and reseat that one, see if it works. Yeah. Luckily, the microphone is coming from other source than the camera, so I don't lose sound.
For the record, I grew up when MacGyver was just coming on TV. That was my go-to watch TV show when I was a kid.
You old geezer.
Yeah, I'm an oldie.
I grew up.
I used to watch that sucker live. That was my TV show, and even like when Hulu came out in 2005 or 4, around there, I remember, oh shit, they got MacGyver on there, and I started rewatching like the first season and the second season all over again. It's still cheesy but badass in the same, like in an awesome way.
Yeah. Well, Star Trek and Mission Impossible. Plinky is even older.
Oh yeah.
Is that the TNG or the original series?
It's probably the OG. Because if it's Mission Impossible, that's the OG one.
Oh right, Mission Impossible was a series at some point?
Yeah, that was 60s. That was like 66, 65, around there.
Damn. Way to go, Blinky. Glad to have you still with us. Somebody who's seen the original series air.
I've seen a lot of I've seen the TOS, but not, I mean, I'm more of a TNG guy. That was my, I grew up with that.
I mean, Babylon 5 has ruined me for science fiction, really. I mean, I can't enjoy the Star Treks as much as especially the old ones. However, I do find the Enterprise to be the best Star Trek series so far.
What do you like about that? Is it the character work?
I do believe I do find the the plot that it continues on. It feels like the universe is growing while the Enterprise is traveling. Oh, hello, Lawful Stupid. Long time no see. How are you guys handling?
So it's us two because sickness and other things. So we're just here, chillaxing with y'all.
Hey.
I'm now into I've always been like a TV and a movie dude. Like that was my fascination as a kid. I would sit in front of the TV constantly. Well, not constantly, I did stuff, but more than was healthy. And I used to love my TV shows. I think it was MacGyver, Quantum Leap that I saw all the way through, TNG up until like the fourth season, all of the sci-fi channel stuff, TV. Like I love story, and now as an adult, and I'm like looking more into what it takes to write a script and proper story structure and all that. I've recognized that if story structure is just the bare minimum, and you could get away with any TV show with a semi-decent 3-arc structure. But what really interests me now is the character work, having characters that you care about, characters that have growth, characters that have conflict with each other, and that show off. I'd rather concentrate on the characters than the plot of the show. And I could see, that's my question, is I haven't checked out the new Star Trek to see if it's more plot versus character oriented. And that's why I love Babylon 5, because Babs it's since I started watching, I was like, holy shit, this is all about character and very little to do with plot. The plot's just there as a continuous, like, okay, it's somewhere for you to, it's like a clothesline for you to hang your clothes on, and all the clothes is just like cool shit. Like, here's some lore, here's some character work, here's this, but it's really not too plot oriented.
You're welcome. Yeah, Discovery is also a continuous story like the Enterprise, as Blinky kindly reminded us. However, I cannot with good conscience recommend that series to anyone. The second season gets better, but the first season I just watched because I wanted to have the how can you judge it if you haven't seen it argument out of my way. Plus, perhaps if we support enough sci-fi shows, they will bring back Babylon 5. Well, not bring back, but give JMS some other sci-fi franchise to work on. Because damn, that guy fights good.
Yeah, he wrote like all of it,
Yeah,
didn't it? Like, I'm just like, wow.
there was one episode in the entire production that he did not write. What?
I'm amazed, and there's a couple lines in there. I mean, there's some moments of like true amazing writing, like speech-worthy thing, like that bit that's famous, that little bit, like, sometimes I wish the universe was fair, and then I remember all the shit I've done, and I'm like, and now I'm glad it's not. Little shit like that is just really, really good, and that's just one example off the top of my head. But there's some bits of writing in there I'm just like, wow, dude, that's wordsmithing right there. You're just not writing a, talkie. You're writing some Shakespearean, some Orwellian, some classic stuff that's gonna go on for generations to generations. Super quotable. I love it. Him and Aaron Sorkin is probably my favorite story writer. No, I take that back. Dan Harmon, Sorkin, but I got a lot of respect for that dude. For starting to learn a lot more, getting a lot more respect for the Babylon 5. And when I found out that I thought I had a team of people writing, like, at least 3 or 4, because that's normally how it goes when you're writing for television. There's like a group of people, but he wrote that all himself. Awesome.
Huh?
Amazing.
And he has the few excellent actors to actually pull off those characters. I mean,
yeah,
Michael Garibaldi, Jerry Doyle.
Yeah.
That's his only big role. And yet he pulls it off like, boom. I can't imagine anyone else being Michael Garibaldi than Jerry Doyle.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace. Unfortunately, many of the Babylon 5 actors have passed on, including Jerry Doyle. Don't remember all of them, but Michael O'Hare, who played Captain Sinclair, or Commander Sinclair, actually. Never got promoted to captain, I believe. Then Stephen Franklin's the actor, he passed away. Zavras passed away, to those who know who Zavras is.
Here's what I think made that show. I think they got like a lot of the no-name or up-and-coming actors are like, just give us your B cast or your C cast. Like, our budget is this big. We're gonna spend a lot of it in the special effects and like on the actual CGI. So their sets are not the best. Their special effects are not the best. Their camera angles, the directors are not the best. But the story and the acting in it, they really picked some really good people. They nailed it. And
yeah, but there's also the point that all the cheapness of the shots, it just adds to the flavor, actually.
It really does. It really does. Like, at no point am I like disassociated with it. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
I can't take this seriously because I could see the coffee cup in the background. All that doesn't add extra to me. It's just there as a like I can finish the imagination. I can fill in all the details with my
yeah.
mind, and
Also,
that's what that show does good.
also it's sort of like advertises that it's the gritty future, not the shiny, well polished one. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like we have this section of the station we're not actually using because nobody actually paid to finish it. So, and
It's
it
definitely more grittier,
yeah, it's
and it's a good contrast to Star Trek was trying to do, like bright and shiny, and humanity is perfect at this point, and here's humans perfect. We all get along in love and harmony. Now let's see what happens when instead of internal conflicts, we have external conflicts. Whereas I think Babs is has the opportunity to talk about the problems of society at the time, and they did brilliantly, brilliantly. I'm still watching, I'm still catching episodes. I'm like, damn, that's still a problem today, and I'm glad you're still, you're bringing it up in a bold fashion. Then that episode where at the end, or they were talking religion, they bring up all the religions. I think that was in season one. That blew me away. It's like, wow, that's really bold of you guys to be shown like in the late '90s.
yeah, that was something quite different back then, the show, and I do love the series for that. I believe I've originally missed the first season completely when I first saw the program. My earliest memory of Babylon 5 is season 2, and because it's something that hasn't happened in our plot yet, I'm not gonna say about it because it's a big event, and you guys are gonna be. Uh, well, I do suppose all of you players have seen that episode by now. Some viewers might have not, so I'm just gonna keep it a secret. Something interesting is gonna happen.
Hey, Froggy's saying some. In the age of remakes, after I kind of hope Babylon does not come back because it would probably be a huge disappointment.
Probably.
It'll be different. Here's the thing with yeah, I'm not a big fan of remakes. I'm not even so far I'm not even a fan of The Lion King. I haven't seen the new one yet, but I'll probably go see it. But I'm not a big fan of remakes. Come up with new stuff, new IPs. The Matrix, when that came out, it just was so different and so new and so like completely weird and out there at the time when everything was being like formulaic blockbuster. We need that again. We need movies that come big, take big risks. And yeah, I think with the Babylon, they're gonna go one way. They're gonna be like, yeah, it was all cheesy and crappy. Let's just make it better CGI, whatever. That's no. It's all about the character work, and if they can't get that right, why even bother?
Yeah.
What do you think? You want to see a remake of Babs?
Me? No.
Yeah.
Not really. It's remake. No. Possibly a not remix, remastering. But apparently Warner Brothers has lost the original material, so it's impossible to make. So that's a problem. We're
That's a
getting
bummer.
laggy apparently. Wonder what's happening. Am I downloading something? No. Downloads is off. I wonder what's going on.
We are not laggy at all.
It could be actually Discord being laggy because unlike usually when we use Zoom to talk, we don't have access to that with John and Zim both away. So we are unfortunately using Discord, and Discord is as stable as Discord can be, which is probably not a lot. So if there's lag, that's probably it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I canceled mine, or I didn't pay for mine.
Well, with as many as people that we have on Patreon, we can only afford one account. And we got it on Zim's name. So, but if you guys would be kind enough to get us a couple more Patreons or a couple more bucks a month, we can up the ante and get more zooms and more art and stuff. Yay! Well, as soon as we get the first art, and that would be nice. I'll need to talk to the artist to see if I can get some, but the artist did tell me that they would be busy right after the roleplay event last weekend. So I'm not holding any hopes up that it will be done anytime soon. But I should get the sketches out so I can actually show you guys what they look like, so you can give us judgments. How do you feel them being presented? Right. So we talked about Babylon 5, we talked about Dresden Files. What did we not talk about? Foxy! We did not talk enough about Foxy. Hello there, kitty.
Oh. That's too much light. I have a window back here. And I usually close this because otherwise it's too much light, but Foxy wanted to hang out on that side. Let me try this a different way.
So you live in Texas?
No, I live in Oregon.
Ooh, Oregon.
West Coast. Yeah, Portland, Oregon. It's freaking beautiful over here.
Oh.
I used to live in LA and it's, deserty and, everybody knows LA. You watch any movie, it's all filmed in LA or Vancouver.
I actually considered Oregon at one point as an investment, as in I was planning on opening up a store in Oregon or Washington. I ended up choosing Washington and Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah, okay. I know Tacoma.
Yeah, I was looking up properties and real estate and all that. Then suddenly the elections went one way and my investors vanished in the four winds. I had some money set up and I was finalizing selling my product and suddenly all my old investors were gone. I wonder why.
Yeah, well, I could tell you that Portland, Oregon is fucking kick-ass. It is super progressive. It's inclusive. It's super green. Like there's so many trees over here. The air is nice. The people are cool. And we moved over here because let's see, there was a thing like top at the time 10 years ago, it was like top 30 places, top 30 cities for, or top 10 cities for people over 30. And there was so much for grown-ups to do here in Portland, Oregon. It was like, yeah, let's go there. And it was not LA, which, in LA it's stupid hot and I'm tired of all the heat. Then it came over here and it's rainy most of the time. Although nowadays with global warming and all that mess, it's probably getting hotter again. I'm going to hate it. Hopefully in the next 10 years, I won't have to move to somewhere cold like Alaska or Antarctica. Let's figure this shit out with the heat.
Nice.
Yeah, screw the kids. Fucking kids, man. Bunch of teeny bopper 21-year-olds. You could go anywhere. We need places that are good for adults.
Let's actually show the audience what Oregon actually looks like. So I'm gonna add this window capture here and we'll it's right over there. So let's just
Oh, I should probably look at the, there we go. So that's a very interesting
block
place.
that ugly mug over there. So nobody needs to see that one. So that's how Oregon looks like, apparently.
Well, one of them, you got to turn it around so that you always got to show the mountain, Mount Hood.
And it doesn't actually show from here, apparently. So let's see, where over here should we go?
Where the hell is Mount Hood? Not cool.
Is this even the real Portland, Oregon?
Yeah, there's a river. We're surrounded by tons of green. Look at that. All that green and a river runs through it.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. Reminds me of home. Let's go see what it looks like over here. Haha. Welcome to Oregon. Is that Mount Hood?
Mount Hood would be
That's
right around there. I have no idea which way we were facing, and that's all right. Oh, so cloudy. Now, compared to LA, where it's just constantly desert and palm trees everywhere, we have actual trees.
Oh. Well, let's compare. I will show you, like, no, not that, but over here.
Come to Ottawa and experience all the temperatures from hundreds, from what's that? Humidexes of 40 and wind chills. Oh yeah.
So
Ottawa.
here is Helsinki City, the largest city in all of Finland. And as you can see, it's surrounded by pretty much a lot of green. And
yeah.
this over here, this place, you see it's full on forest. That's like, measure distance to here. That's 20 kilometers. So like 15 miles, 12, something along those lines. That's not. That's not far.
No, that's not.
And there's like about 1 million people in this area.
Oh boy.
So you can see this here is actually, this place is a national park over here.
You see that's the largest city in Helsinki?
Helsinki is the largest city in Finland. As you can see, Finland, that green is not a map green, that's a forest. All of this is a forest over here.
Oh yeah.
Just look at here. You zoom in. There's some farmland, but that's 80% of the whole country is actually trees.
I love it. I love it.
This is my hometown over here.
Let me see.
Come all the way from here. It's located over just the southern edge of Lapland, the only part of Lapland that touches the sea.
You know what? We were saying how we needed to do something, and this is better than playing the games and us commenting. Let's look at what Ottawa. Blinky gave us a shot of Ottawa. Let's pull that up.
Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Well, he also sent us a direct link in the Discord.
Oh, he did? Well, I can't access Discord without, blowing up this screen because various reasons. But there's Ottawa.
Yeah, zoom in on that. I want to see what that looks like.
Whoa!
All right, lean out the window and wave hello. Be like, hey, here we are. See if we could. Oh wow.
That is a nice.
Well, that's cool.
Apparently, I'm stuck. I can't move anywhere with this. It's just
because you gotta point at the street.
I can't. It's not taking any clicks.
I see what's happening. Yep.
Am I in panorama mode or something? Yeah. Probably. Go there. Ha. Ah, now it's moving. Hey, it looks very American to me.
Oh wow, cute houses.
Very cute. Oh, I did not show you any Helsinki houses, my bad. Well, I'll show you some soon.
That street looks exactly like downtown Portland.
Well, it's probably the same tree base, considering Ottawa is not that far. Well, yes it is.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's on the same continent at least.
That's a 10-mile walk from him.
So that is
international version. Oh boy, I'm dropping everything.
Italian embassy in Ottawa. Oh. Oh, just last week, or was it the week before that? I went out and saw the Italian embassy in Finland. It's in a pretty nice neighborhood, actually. Where's Ottawa? Show me Ottawa. Otherwise, yeah, it's on the other coast from you, so it's a bit far away. Almost as far away from you as you are from, well, as I am from it. So, but yeah, let's show you some Helsinki. See how the place is. This is downtown Helsinki. Let's show you. Oof. The legendary stone men of Helsinki. I mean, look at Google is protecting their privacy and all. This is the railway station. It's not protecting his privacy. Oh, the discrimination. Is it sue Google?
Oh boy, that's funny. It's because the guy on the right signed the waiver that allows him to be on TV.
Yes.
But the other statue's like, nah, fuck that, bro. I don't want to show my ugly face.
Yes, here's some regular buildings. I do believe this is the Atheneum Gallery. It's pretty neat, actually. I like the building. Very old style. Let's see the old time center, if I can zoom that one. So I want to show off. Here. Here's the...
Froggy says he used to be on a RPG that was entirely based maps. You'd have to shop at the nearest, do any actual shopping. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Maybe we should try that in one game. Yeah. Let's show you some actual habitation. These are pretty. Look at these old wooden buildings over here.
Hey, those are nice.
These are like 100 years old, and so. And
they're made out of what? Are you guys wood primarily or brick?
No, the modern buildings are based on concrete, but this is.
What about the homes, though? The actual homes?
Yeah. Even those are based on concrete in the cities. Like, you see these are the old buildings made out of concrete. But this is what they call the wood vallilla, which is essentially the old poor peoples, where the poor people used to live. So wasn't the mid class anyway. But they decided they wanted to preserve this area as it is, instead of rebuilding it into the modern standard. And as modern structures go, here's some of the recently finished ones. You can see they're a bit odd, and then the contrast of the old brick buildings over there.
That looks like a prison. That looks like Castle Dracula in Los Angeles.
It's actually apartments. I used to work in this building.
Stop doxing yourself, Wooster.
What?
Oh boy.
Let me show you where I used to live back in the day. There we go. Let's see if I can find the house on the maps. It's over here. Yeah, I could find it.
I missed it.
I used to live in this house.
Oh, nice.
So
I'm digging it.
Now people can actually find me on the internet and beat me up. But yeah, this is like the more traditional Finnish type of housing. Just the regular homes. These are pretty neat, I think. But then again,
So you know how I was telling you that looks like that building looked like Castle Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when I reference Castle, what I mean by Castle Dracula is in Los Angeles County Jail. It's literally called the Twin Towers Correctional Facility. It looks like Castle Dracula. It's evil looking. Twin Towers Correctional Facility in Google or in the Google Maps. It should show it.
I can see how you can get the reference there. It is indeed, as you said it would be. It looks oddly similar. Oh boy.
The street view of it is evil looking.
Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Just need to get a decent view of it. Yeah, it looks menacing. I mean, I wouldn't immediately see it as a jail though, and if I would drive past it, I would think it's a federal building of some sort.
At night, it's all lit up like in reds and bright lights around it. It's like stands out like a beacon.
And now we get a proper 3D view of it.
Stupid trees, go away. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that area is well built. I'll give you that much.
That's LA County Jail.
That doesn't seem to have any sort of a yard that the prisoners can go into though.
Oh no, there's none of that. It's heavily. You ever seen those? I have been inside there, and I remember going in and being processed. And one of the you see in the movies where they have like nothing but rows and rows and rows of like hundreds of feet tall of like levels of different jail cells and people throwing like toilet paper out the things and or little fires everywhere and just like everybody causing a mess. One of those evil look, cells where like all the prisoners are fucking crazy. That's what it's like in there. It's all messed up. Like I remember going there and I'm like, holy fuck, I do not want to be here. Luckily, I was work furloughed. They felt bad for me. They're like, yeah, dude, you don't need to be here. Here, why don't you go watch sheriff's cars instead for a week?
That distance is 12 kilometers, so let's see how far can we get with 20 kilometers. This far. So that is the distance it was from Helsinki to the nearest woodlands area. 20 kilometers. And you can see, you don't even see the end of the town in here.
That's LA is ridiculously huge.
Yeah, I mean,
LA is so big
all the way
that
to
it has
Ontario.
miniature cities inside of it. The city of LA has cities inside of it.
Yeah. But to be fair, there is Wilderness Park over here that you can get to. Well, it's not forest, is it?
Look how much wilderness there is. There's exactly one mountain there that you could go skiing in.
And you can't even zoom too close in it. Yeah.
And it's just sagebrush. Oh, by the way, that's where right there where you're putting. That's where they filmed MASH.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I've gone hiking there, and they still have like burnt out helicopters and jeeps, and also Ronald Reagan's ranch is right there as well.
Ah, Bel Air is over here. I see. It's pretty far from actual downtown. 20 kilometers from downtown. Yeah.
That sounds about right. And look, they live in the nice parts, where all the higher up portion is, where it's colder and greener. And even the greens in LA is like, all right, it's bushes. And
oh, and Hollywood is a bit bigger place than I thought it would be. Yeah, the things you learn from watching Babylon Project thing. I mean, come on. Totally worth your while. Yeah.
Blinky, lots of ski places around here.
Near Ottawa. Oh,
Yeah.
let's go see Ottawa. Again. Anyone else wanna dox themselves while we're at it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Who's in next? Come on. Blinking is doxing Ottawa. You're doxing Portland, Oregon. I'm doxing Helsinki, Finland, apparently.
So there's got to be somewhere high where there would be snowy and skiing. Let's try going out a little bit and finding a greeny, mountainy spot.
I mean, around here in Canada can mean anything between 1,000 miles and less.
Probably top into the north, yeah, right there. A little bit norther. Actually, pretty much that whole area, isn't it?
That looks mountainous to me. It's
Yeah.
in the map mode. Parks.
Go north, yep. The Gatineau Hills. Oh, that's going to be some skiing right there.
Oh, it's not that far. I mean, dum.
They start just north of the river, the Gatineau Hills.
15
Oh,
kilometers.
yeah.
That's not that's biking distance with a bicycle and not motorcycle. I mean, I used to go to school for a longer distance than that. On a
Back
bicycle.
in my days, we would walk up the mountain, snowing, barefoot. It'd take 5 hours just to go to a school that would be one room with 60 students.
And every time we went, it was uphill, and we came home uphill.
And we had to share one Bible between all of us.
Interesting note though, in Finland, we do have school buses, but most of the children walk to school on their own.
Hey, let's switch it up a bit. Let's show your face rather than my face for a while. I think the
Fine.
audience.
You wanna hide? I'll just turn that off for a while, if you're turning off the map.
Oh no, you just have to move the map slightly to the...
Yeah, unless you have something... Do you want me to look up something in the map?
Oh, actually, hang on one second. Yes. Look up Mount Hood, Oregon.
Then I will put on the map
Actually-
projection again.
What is the place? There's one of the places here where in Mount Hood, Oregon, they didn't film all of The Shining there, but they filmed part of The Shining there.
Mount Hood. That looks intimidating. Ooh, it is big. And it's pretty far from Oregon. I'm in Portland.
That's about an hour's drive.
That's clear measurement because I'm measuring like 3,500 kilometers because I'm measuring from Ottawa. So, Blinky, Mount Hood is 3,548 kilometers from you. You Americans can do the conversions on your own. Thank you very much. Let's measure distance and distance to here.
Let's see, what's it
is
called? I think it's called the
75 kilometers.
Timberline Lodge is the one that's on there. 75 kilometers, that's about like an hour's drive?
Yeah, I think it's like 50 miles.
That stupid mountain there is in every single picture that you'll find in Portland, Oregon. It's always in the background because you always have to include it. It's kind of like if you're in LA, you have to include the Hollywood sign everywhere.
And
Here,
if you're in Paris, you have to have the Eiffel Tower. It's not Paris.
Right, exactly. Like it's always somewhere there in the background. This is always in the background of our pictures. And Timberline Lodge is somewhere up there towards the top, and that's where they did a lot of the exterior shots for The Shining, not the interior.
I wonder which one of these it is. Timberline Lodge A, Timberline Low Road, Northeast Airport Way, or Mount. Timberline Lodge, Post Office, Mount Hood, Oregon. I think it's this one.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Timberline Lodge. Let's go see. I do believe this looks like Shining to me. Shimmy. There's no 3D modeling on this place for some odd reason. I mean, it's nice that the map has the pictures taken in summer, and the street
That was
view
kinda
is
cool,
in
yeah.
winter. That's a lot of cars. It's like people are lining up to be shimmied on. That poor
Yeah,
guy.
but that's where the exterior shots of The Shining was filmed.
Interesting to know. Right. What shall we look up next? Audience, give us something.
Oh, if they don't give you something, I got a great idea.
Oh.
Africa, where you're gonna be playing the other game.
Ah. Okay.
There's a lot of good, cool places out. Well, I mean, Africa's huge. I mean, it's a giant ass continent. I haven't. Well, what's cool to look up in Africa besides? Let's look at the Giza and the Nile. I mean, that's more Egypt. Is it Congo? I don't know. Let's find some nice place.
Egypt is in Africa, I remind you.
Yeah,
So,
in Bali, Indonesia.
let's see. Where in here are the...
Probably south of Giza.
Because I know they are like in smack that middle of the urban area. But where? There's a mausoleum here. And a mosque, apparently. I mean, all pyramids are... here we go. Giza Necropolis. That looks fancy. So now we don't have to travel to Egypt to see them. We can just go in the street view. And Photoshop ourselves next to the pyramids. The crew of the Jacaranda is in Egypt.
Damn.
Those are big.
Yeah, I imagine they're ridiculously huge. Never been. It's too far for me to fly.
Nothing is too far if you have the time.
Or the money.
Yes. But let's see, Bali, Indonesia.
Yeah, I'm curious about that one too.
Okay, let's see. Can we top ourselves over here? Hi. What? Nice. Blinky, when are you going to buy me tickets to Bali?
That looks like Mexico.
It does?
Well, the parts of Mexico that I've been to.
Ah. Oh, I need to join you there then. Because that looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, very tropical. Love it. Well, like the U.S. is huge. Well, not super huge, but I mean it's a big place, and so is Mexico. So it's got a desert, it's got a mountain, and it's got the beach, and it's got the tropical zones.
What about what's that?
Right. Mexico has got like the tropical zone as well as the desert
Oh.
zone, as well as like
Oh,
a
yeah.
mountainy zone.
Give us a place in Mexico. Let's go see.
Well, let's go see my center, Guadalajara, Guada.
Guadalajara, Spain. Let's see, Mexico. Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
Yeah, that is correct. So this is the one, probably the biggest city. This is where I was just at.
Where is that exactly? Ah, it's over there. South of Mexico City.
Now this is central Mexico, so it's where is it? If you were following the line across, you'd probably hit like Spain straight across. Yeah, there you go.
No. Spain is like on level with New York, so.
Oh yeah, so then farther than that. So yeah, probably Egypt. I'm terrible at geography, guys.
Yeah. So let's zoom out a bit.
That's like the Walmart. You're looking at their Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be
I recognize that area.
Algeria. Like North
Now,
Africa.
if you yeah, oh yeah, there.
Morocco, actually. Yeah.
That's the world. Why isn't it flat? I heard the Earth was flat.
Yeah, well, you were mistaken.
That is very dense. Try going to one of the off spot where it's greener, and let's zoom in on a green spot of Mexico.
Ooh, that's a country club, so not that one. Let's go here. You can't even go there. Well, we'll see.
That's a golf course, I think. Yeah, there, right there. Yeah, around that area.
That's a river.
That's still very mountainy. If you go more to the oceany side, it'll be all nice and jungly. But I've been there. I've climbed around there. That was a deal. A lot of those mountains there have a lot of iron and a couple of other stuff that it's huge iron deposits there.
Oh, that sounds nice. Good for the economy.
If the Earth was flat, everything would be knocked off by cats by now. Yeah, totes.
Exactly. Those cats proving the Earth is round. How dare they? That's some sort of watering hole. Is that
Yeah, that whole area is very deserty. Even Mexico City. Mexico City was built on top of a lake because they were like, it's surrounded by desert, and then Mexico City was like, some dudes got a vision, like the Indian dudes are like, hey, our gods told us to find a lake in the desert and build a city on there.
Wasn't
so
that
they did.
Tenochtitlan? Wasn't that Tenochtitlan, or how do you pronounce it?
No, it's Mexico City. It was past that. I mean, it was maybe like 300 years ago.
Right, fair enough.
So not the ancient civilization, not the Mesoamericans, but post that. Just around the turn of the century, like, yeah, build it there. So they built Mexico City, the biggest city, on top of a lake. And then they had a big old earthquake in 1980s because it's built on top of a lake.
Hooray for being smart.
Darwin NT Australia. Oh, Australia. Bali looked super cool.
Let's go. Let's go see Darwin. That's Darwin North Territory, yes. I recall that right. Oh, it's actually it says it over there. Yeah. That does look amazing. Ooh. Let's go see how it looks like. Ah, not close enough to the shore. Need to get to the shore. Must see. Oh my god. Oh, water. I wanna go there. I wanna live there. Get eaten by sharks and stingrays. Well, that wouldn't mean I need to learn the language. You bloody cunt! Okay, I got it. But yeah, that looks interesting. I mean, Darwin International Airport is like in the middle of the city, which is amazing. Just like Las Vegas has it in the middle of the city.
Been to Vegas 3 times. 3 times.
Once.
And that's why I'm poor.
Well, actually, if you count the fact that I left Vegas and got back to Vegas, I've been there twice.
Vegas, I went to Vegas for I haven't gone to many conventions, but I did go to the DEF CON convention, which is the hacker convention. I went there 3 times. Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you now.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the old video.
Yeah,
There's a bit of lag when I'm watching the
I suppose, yeah.
Twitch. Yeah.
Huh. So that's the thing. Darwin Military Museum. Oh, in the middle of a park. Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, dude, Area 51.
Yeah, we gotta check it out before they run it over.
Right? Or before they change out the alien.
Ah,
Ooh, I like that.
let's
That's
go
a good
check
picture.
out the alien rifles. Can't find Area 51. So here it is. Can we land anywhere near? No. What can we see from Area 51? Lots of airports. I mean, not airports, but you know. Ooh, there's a couple of
Yeah, big old military base. Yeah.
twin engine jets. Yeah. There's a turboprop plane, a couple of personal vehicles. No tanks so far that I can spot.
Our friend won a trip where we only had to pay the taxes, so it was $5 a night to the hotel and $100 for the airfare.
Less than 150 for the airfare. That's nice.
But that was for Darwin. Nice.
Oh, that was pretty spectacular nice. Oh, is he talking
Yeah,
about
people aren't
Vegas?
gonna people aren't
He's
gonna
talking
make it
about
there.
Vegas. So
Oh,
we
to
check-
Vegas, yeah. The thing about Vegas is most of the flights to Vegas are comped, or they're stupidly cheap because the city of Vegas pays the airlines a lot of money to be like, yeah, just offer them for like cents to the dollar to fly people to Vegas.
the Bald Mountain. Ah, you Americans and your names.
We're very good at naming stuff.
Well, then again, we do have a place in Finland.
Oh, you know what? Over here, where I live in Oregon, there's a place literally called Boring, Oregon.
Yeah, this here, this is called Vittulampi, which is
That's a name.
it's called if you translate it roughly, it's called Pussy Lake.
Nice.
Or the Pussy Pond, to be precise.
It reminds me of Lake Titicaca in
Yes.
not Brazil, past Brazil, Peru. Well, it borders Peru and Bolivia, I think.
Yeah. Lots of
Pussy
places.
Lake.
Hmm?
Pussy Pond. I like it.
Yes.
Oh,
And,
Foxy.
it's even the, how do you call it, it's the naughty version of pussy in the Finnish language. But yeah. So then there is this little lake here. There's like the small.
There's a place called Dildo in Newfoundland, Canada. Awesome.
The small dicky and the big dicky. Yeah, that's
Oh.
the not literal translation, but you know, that's the essential meaning of these two lakes. I mean, look at all these lakes.
Big dick and little dick.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We got more than enough lakes in this country to spread around. I mean, there isn't a municipality without a lake. Pretty much.
Yes, Foxy is being needy. She's very vocal. We talk a lot.
Well, I do suppose we've been doing this for an hour and a half, and since this is a filler program, I think we should let Foxy off the hook. And
one more though. One more though.
Okay.
Big Muth. What's it? Biggest dicketh. Oh, never mind.
Well, let's go check out Dildo.
Yeah, I want to see the dildo. I want to see the world's biggest dildo.
There's a Dildo Island division in Canada. There's a Dildo in Canada as well.
Newfoundland.
Yeah, Newfoundland. There's Dildo Key in Florida. There's a Dildo in Chad.
Oh boy, that's that sentence right there. That is hilarious. There's a dildo in Chad.
Yes. That's the older dildos Google can find. But I do find the dildo Chad to be the most interesting. There's a dildo in Chad. And you can't even go and see it on the ground level because nobody wants to go to Chad. That looks like that literally looks like a village. Like a bunch of small villages built here. It's amazing.
I forget what it was. I was looking at this that the woman did where taking high-res pictures or high using the oh, that's what it was. She was scouring all these places on Google Maps and just zooming in at a street level and looking for crowds of people and taking the camera and rotating it so that and taking pictures of that.
Mm.
So there'd be on occasion like I think it was an art style called like just people on the street, and it was a great just picture that you could zoom in anywhere in the world and be like, okay, let's look at how the street people look from India or Africa or whatever cities. It'd just be pretty crazy. For dildo. Like if you zoom in all the way to the street level, let's find some actual peoples and see what they looks like.
Let's see if we can find any people here. Oh, there's not a lot of paths, just single points around here. Let's go to some of the biggest cities. Is there Calcutta somewhere? Oh, seems like single spots only. Let's go here. Hey! There's no facial blur. I got to recognize that lady. Her privacy is now ruined. Ruined!
But see, isn't that
look
cool?
at that.
Just like we get to see their people, and they'd find like a good little angle from the street view that just be showing a crowd of people randomly doing their own thing. Yeah, somebody needs to clean that up. Oh, humans. That's a nice little church, though. Or what is that? What kind of building is that? That just might be. I have no idea what that is. Oh, nice. Good spot.
Well, it was intentionally marked, so. and then checked. Ah, here you can see the legs of the whoever took the shot. And look at those legs, nice and white, like the master race of robots. Hi everyone,
Alright.
welcome our robot overlords. Ooh, Bangladesh has a lot of street view. Oh yeah, Bangladesh is also one of the more densely populated areas. You can imagine that this amount of Bangladesh, let's get the map mode, like this little piece here, has almost as much people as the entirety of the United States.
Yep.
There's like 200 million people in that small part of land over there, squeezed
Super densely populated. Absolutely super
inside
densely
of
populated.
India. And then this area here has like 1.4 billion people, which is like what, 5 United States worth?
Yep.
At least 4. And then there's China. Is there street view anywhere? Oh, there is street view in China. Let's go. Let's see where we end up.
This cat is just constantly crying right now. Give me a few seconds.
China.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. Though I do suppose we should let you deal with.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah,
I like that little wall mural or whatever that is.
I think this is like a map, like showing the olden times.
Isn't it called a bas relief?
Probably. It looks pretty boss to me.
Nice.
Yeah. I am surprised there is Google Street View in China at all, even if it's just like 3 spots and a goat.
Let's see, Sci-Fi sent us another thing, or I think he sent us another thing
Where does that one go?
in Discord.
Yeah, but where does that one go?
No, I think they're just pictures. Oh, those are nice.
I don't want to go there and show the entire world the privacy of Discord, so I'm just gonna stick out of it. See if I can put it on my phone.
Yeah, we're very private people. We're not at all trying to show the exact house where we live through Google Maps.
Yes. Luckily, I lived in that house for like a year, so if you can hunt me down, go ahead, do that. Make me.
Yeah, we could always do Australia.
Australia.
That's what we should have done. Is we should have probably gone to the, like, all right, let's go to Australia and speak Australian. Or go into Russia and speak Russian. Und the Germans. We could do the Germany too.
Where should we go next? We have gone to all these places. Should we go to Russia? Yes, we should see Moscow.
Da.
There. There. Oh, that's a nice one. Hey, bro. Very nice. Больше мой.
Oh wow, that is nice.
That looks so Russian. I just don't have words for it.
It really does.
It's literally Russia. All I can say about it. Let's see. Can we find the right square in Moscow?
Hey Blinky, that's a nice picture there in the hot springs.
Oh.
Is that somebody's butt? We definitely can't show that.
Nope, 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 we can't. But I can show it to myself. Yes, that is a nice butt. So, if you want to see the butt, you have to go to the Discord. Discord server link is down there. Go see it.
Yeah, if everybody
Blinky's
wants to see
providing bare
Blinky's butt is showing right there.
Let's see if I-
We should probably say this. Don't send us pictures of nude. I don't want to be that guy, but we should probably avoid sending dick pics to us on Discord. That would be- That is not one of those. That's just a nice, tasteful hot springs that just happens to show somebody's butt.
We're gonna get so sued. But yeah, this is the Red Square in Moscow. It looks more like a line than a square, but I'm not Russian. What do I know? Come on, it's not a square. It's a rectangular thingy. Rectangle, yes. And there's a gym. Or gum, like the Russians say. Ah, it does look like a gum, because there's Bosco Bar, Bosco Cafe, places. Ah. So, where do we go next? We have seen Russia, we have seen Finland, we have seen Canada and the United States and Mexico. There's Africa. We have seen Chad, because Chad is the best place, because Chad has dildo in it. So, audience, any requests or shall we quit for the day? Git false. Let's see, Git false. What is this place? Get waterfall. Looks like a road to me. Ah, there's easy pay. Looks nice though.
Yeah, it's nice. I can dig it.
Very green. There's a picture in Discord. Oh my. You should go to Discord to see all these bad pictures.
That's a cool picture. I like that. That's a
Ooh.
nice waterfall.
That's wet. And moist and hot.
Oh boy.
But that's also in Bali. You really liked Bali, didn't you?
Well, it looks cool.
Yeah, I should go there. As soon as Blinky pays my travel, I'll go there. Right. So.
Is there any pictures in Antarctica?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Because how do they get the Google car in Antarctica? That's what I want to know.
Well, Google does have a lot of money.
They do have a lot of money, huh? They did it for the lols.
Where's McMurdo?
Let's just send somebody to.
Ah, there is places
Antarctica.
in Antarctica. Right. Here's a few.
Let's see. Simply Skin Studio.
Okay, here's Antarctica for you.
Oh, very nice.
And here's the people you're traveling with. None of whom have their faces blurred. It's like
They're all from
Antarctica
Google.
doesn't have any laws to protect their privacy.
That dude's covering his nose like,
It's too smelly in here. I cannot stand the smell of ice.
Who farted? Who farted in the boat?
Yeah. So there is pictures of Antarctica too. What else?
Nice. Oh, do the sun next.
I don't think we have the sun. I mean, wait. Sun should be over there. Nope.
Oh, that's actually pretty
trying.
cool. Wait, hey, there we go. All right. That's hilarious. Damn it! Why can't we get pictures? Get a Google car there. Let's look at that from the street view.
Well, yeah, I did not actually know that they had this thingy on that you could actually see where the sun is shining.
That is very cool.
Or is it? Is that actually where the sun is shining? I don't know. Maybe?
Ooh, let's go to Mars. I don't know if it lets us. We'll find. Let's see.
Nope, no, it doesn't. Google Earth, for some odd reason, does not find Mars, the planet.
Oh, you know what? It's because you're on Google Earth. You got to be on Google Mars.
Yes. Let's see. Hey, there is a Google Mars.
Oh wow! That's pretty cool.
Hey,
It's a lot more colorful than I thought it'd be.
Oh, I mean, no. There is a Google Mars. But it's
Well, we did have a rover there taking pictures and stuff. See, fucking Google puts cameras everywhere. Though, like Google's like, hey, yeah, we'll fund part of the expedition, but
well, it's still missing Street View, so I'm a bit
Yeah.
disappointed in the service by Google. I mean, I do pay a lot of money to see Street View, so I want my money back immediately.
yeah, Sol. The name of our star is Sol.
Let's see, Google Sol. No, no such luck. Sol Google Earth. Apparently somebody made a video about it, but that's about it. Ah well, I do suppose we'll end the thingy here. Thanks for joining us this week, even though we didn't have
Oh,
any
take
proper
off the map thing so that I can see my pictures.
Yeah,
Hey,
we can see you now. I forgot that I was invisible. I was visible and you were invisible.
that's
So-
all right.
So anyway, thanks for being here. It was fun looking at Google Maps with you and the debates in the Discord. And hopefully next week we'll have a full 3-player session, and we can actually get some playing done. But unfortunately, Noah still has clothes on, and Carlos as well.
Oh yeah, my pants are off though.
But we can't see that, so that doesn't do anything, does it?
Or twitching it. They won't allow me.
I actually don't wear anything else in this shirt and these glasses. I can prove that. Without getting banned from Twitch.
Bow, bow, ba, da, bow, 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 da. Sexy jazz.
Sexy jazz. But anyway, thanks for being here and see you hopefully next week. Bye.
All right, everybody.